Last Thursday and Friday, the 9th annual Niswonger Children's Hospital Radiothon took place, along with some major announcements introducing the newly created Ballad Health Niswonger Children's Network. And here to recap the Radiothon and take a look ahead to all the Children's Network will mean for our region is Lisa Carter, CEO of Niswonger Children's Hospital and Ballad Health's Vice President of Pediatric and Women's Services. You've got a long title.
I do have a long title. We might have to work on that. Shorten it a little bit. No. Let's
don't shorten it. In fact, let's add to it.
Okay. Yeah, let's add to it. Yeah.
But it's such an exciting time. Y'all raised $434,000 plus during the Radiothon, and that far exceeded your goal.
Oh, far exceeded. You know, just the year everyone's had, the year we've all been through, we've really had no idea where to even set a goal, and to think that it was the largest amount of money raised in any radiothon is just tremendous.
Been doing this for 9 years, and I think people are starting to see the great work that is accomplished there at the Children's Hospital day in and day out, and it's a blessing to have the Children's Hospital right here in our region.
Absolutely a blessing. You know, Friday night was a very emotional time. We had a couple of patients who were there, some of our partners with Children's Miracle Network, and just to see how their lives are impacted by having a children's hospital, and just to think about how they would be negatively impacted if we didn't is just a tremendous thing.
And to have the announcements that were made the opening day of early that morning, we were all out there for those announcements that were made. That is just mind-boggling, the money that's going in to make sure that we're taking care of children all across our region.
Yeah, it really is a whole regional approach. You know, we've looked all around to say, you know, what services are needed where can we support local communities, how do we tie all of these things together, and that's absolutely what we're doing through the network approach.
When you think back, and when they announced, you know, two more floors onto the top of the hospital there, that's going to be fantastic. A world-class NICU, making the transition at Indian Path. All of that just means more and better care for women and children all across.
Oh, absolutely. Changing the environment. You know, we talked this morning as a team how that absolutely is going to change the environment, the way that babies are taken care of, not only in Johnson City but also in Kingsport. And then the programs that we're expanding out into Southwest Virginia are going to make such a difference in people's lives.
When we look at, you know, I've had so many people ask me questions about that transition of Indian Path. That is fantastic, especially for those folks in Sullivan County and Southwest Virginia as well.
Oh, sure. And when we think about it, you know, as we've been in planning for that hospital, it's more than just obstetrics. I mean, we're really looking at women's care overall, just knowing that the level of care that women need is very different. And so how can we elevate that level of service within that market?
And you know, that $434,000, you know, that is going to help so much, buying much needed equipment, because usually when we have the Radiothon, we're out there and we're showing equipment that you all are wanting to purchase. Couldn't do that this year, but people need to know that that money is definitely needed and going to help out a lot of kids.
It's definitely needed. You know, we talk about it, one of the greatest events. All of the money, every dollar stays within the system to go for programs, to go for equipment, all the things that children need throughout the region.
And when we look, you know, normally we're out there, you got that phone bank, we got the tote board and everything going on there, but those phone banks were spread out all across the Appalachian Highlands, businesses everywhere. That's got to make you feel good. You got to feel great about the community effort that goes into that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when we looked at the number of volunteers, I mean, it's just overwhelming how many people give their time.
You
know, oftentimes that's one of our most precious commodities. That's absolutely right. But so many people give their time and volunteer all throughout the region, and I just can't say thank you enough.
As we go forward and the Children's Network expands and things start happening and buildings start being expanded, like I said earlier, you got a big title. You're going to be adding some more to that title. There's a lot of folks at Niswonger are going to be adding some chores to their list as well.
Absolutely. Doing lots of planning right now for sure. Lots of planning this week.
How excited are you for this future?
Oh, I'm over the top. You know, some of these things we've talked about for so many years, and to start to see these programs and departments and expansions come to fruition is just amazing.
I'm looking forward to seeing everything come to fruition. I really am.
Me too.
Lisa Carter, thank you so much for taking some time with us today.
Thank you.
And thanks to everyone that contributed to the Radiothon this year. And if they're still taking donations, folks. We got some information for you right there at the bottom of the screen. And we'll be back with more Daytime Tri-Cities in just a few moments.
Are you looking